והנה הטעם לזה שהאדם גבוה מדומם צומח חי. אחר שנפל בשבירה. Now the reason for this, that man is greater than the inanimate plant and animal, since they fell in the breaking of the vessels. Yuvan behektim apasuk nasa adam betzalmenu kidmusenu chulu. We can understand by prefacing the verse, let us make man in our image and our likeness and so forth. Ukanal b'inyan chaviv adam sheniver b'tzelem chulu, and like he brought before, with the concept of man is dear, that he was created in the shadow or the image. Perish b'tzalmenu. So what does this mean? In our image, u'b'chinas yichud, a law that refers to the supernal unity. U'kidmuseinu, u'b'chinas yichud tata, and our likeness that refers to the lower level of unity. So you can learn from man the concept of unity, the higher level of unity, and the lower level of unity, that's what it means, that man was created in that way, that you could learn about the unity above through man. Rashei, Matos. Look what's brought about the heads of the tribes. Drusha Sheni, Vidibra Maskil Kisetzi, Drusha Sheni, Peragimo, Bepashas Tavos, of Dibra Maskil Ayumazah, Vidibra Maskil, Inyan, Rosh Hashanah, Mein Bezordish, Parshas Bamidbar, Dafkuf Yudzain Amalef, Bepashas Emar Dafkuf Talitsuf Amalef, Bepashas Beshalach Tafnun, Bemedrash Rabba, Parshas Breshis Perekhes. Look at all those Myra Makomos. Ubir Hadvarim, and to explain these matters, Hine Yidua Ben Yichudei Law. It's known in the matter of the supernal unity. There's the concept of the encompassing divinity that's beyond the order of creation. That it's like the concept of the essence of the infinite light, that there's no other, there's nothing other, and everything in comparison it's like it's not there. So that's the concept of Yichudei La, that everything is bottle. Ein b'dibura maschil ki biyom hazeh yechaper Drusha Sheni perek beis kamei davka. And look what's brought in the Mamar of on this day I will atone, that says come in front of him specifically, that in that perspective, specifically, and look what it's brought in Shirashirim about the higher Shechina, that it says my body, my existence is kala, is destroyed, meaning to say a complete bittul, whereas the Shechina corresponds with the bittul hayesh. Like the concept of that these things united above in one, in echad, b'dibra maschil tzina re'ena, b'dibra b'shir hashirim, drusha rishon, b'dibra maschil b'chodesh hashlishi Parshas Yisro b'nyan Yericho shayu korach in Shema, concerning the idea of the people of Yericho, that they wouldn't say Baruch Shem, they would just go straight from Shema to V'ahavta. That they're meaning to say that they skipped that idea of Yichudotata of Baruch Shem. That in what's brought in the Mamar about how Yaakov brought a mincha that to Esav, that the love, when it comes from the contemplation in the essence of the infinite light, that no thought can grasp, and higher than the concept of the life of the worlds, the concept of with all of one's might. That's the idea of in our image. That's the meaning to say that that kind of contemplation in the beyond, in the Sovev. So that's the kind of the contemplating in Yichudei law, which we said here corresponds with we'll create man in our image, which is the concept of Yichudei law. ועין מזה בפרשס כי סיסה בדיבור המסחיל תשמאלו תחס לראשי בדיבור המסחיל בכ"ה בכסלו בניין למסור נפשו באחד. And look what's brought about this idea to have self-sacrifice in echad, meaning to say that you have this highest level of nullification. And in another place it's explained that this is the concept of the tree of life. That's higher than the chest. So you have the concept of the chazit in general is the concept of tiferes, of Adam, of Zeranpin, and the concept of the chazit is below the chazit is revealed, while higher than the chazit then is hidden. So Chochmah Bina is higher than the chazit, either of Zah or of Beyond Zah. Like the concept of the contemplation of the infinite light that's beyond the kav and the string that was revealed into the tzimtzum. So you're thinking beyond creation into the hidden beyond. This is also the concept of the nullification, the state of nullification of Shemona Esrei, which is like the concept of the soft still voice, as the levels of that Eliyahu saw correspond with the prayers. And look what's brought in the Mamars in Likutei Torah about place me as a seal concerning the idea of the head tefillin, which corresponds with this level of Shemona Esrei behabir b'sof perek hey. Vayin sof dibra maschil hashamayim kisi shebetorah orish Parshas Breshis. And look what is brought about Hashemayim kisi v'aretz adom raglai concerning the higher level of Yehuda. V'zeu perush b'tzelmeinu, and that's what it means in our image in the Yehuda Ilah mipnei shu bebechinas habit elo ein sof betachlis hayichud, because it's in a state of complete nullification to the infinite light. Bechinas chachma koachma chulu, the concept of wisdom, the strength of what? I'm b'sefer shel benunim perek lamed he b'Haggah, and look at this in Tanya, chapter 35, in the Haggah from the Rav Magid, who levado v'in zulasov zui madregas hachachma. It corresponds with that chachma corresponds with the higher bittul. Yehuda ila b'dibur hamaschil et hagal nispor hodal ma'ila mibracha. And in the Mamar about that this pile of rocks is a testimony. It's explained the concept of acknowledgement of Hodah. There's Yichud Bracha ve'Hodah, so there it explains even though Yichud is higher than Bracha and Bracha is higher than Hodah, there's a concept in Hodah that's higher than Bracha of nullification and acknowledgement of what's beyond V'tzarchi and needs to be looked into. And from the verse, we will acknowledge you, Hashem, all of your acts, and your Chasidim will bless you. So that implies that blessing is higher than acknowledgement. That tirutz, and the answer is the after the revelation in the concept of blessing, there's another level that cannot be revealed. After you've already brought down, on this you have the Hodah after the blessing. Even though Hodah usually comes before, but here we have after the bracha, you still have a Hodah. Like the blessing, that the infinite light that's enclosed in wisdom should come to a revealed state. And this is like the concept of the divinity that encompasses creation should shine in a revealed state within the divinity that infills creation. So when you have that kind of revelation, So the concept of soviv then is on a higher level, so that you have another hodah to that soviv. I know mebichinas atik yamin from the concept of atik. On this level, you can only have hodah on that new concept of soviv. Vayn belkuti Torah Parshas v'eschanan softi baramaschil lahavin bitosef es bir al pasuk v'yadaita yom perek hey. Vayn bir ve'la hamishpati binyan v'zerasi es b'nei Yisrael zera adam el elyon gilei ha'helem. And look what's brought in Parshas Mishpatim concerning the pasuk, and I sowed the seeds of the sons of Israel, the seed of man, that the seed of man refers to, I will compare you to on high, the revelation of the hidden. So that's the concept of in our image. I will be likened to above, the Adam el Elyon, so that's like an image, that's like above, that's in our image. But the concept of the lower unity, it's like the concept of the divine flow in worlds that are separate, that are called the worlds of separation, and like it says, from there it will separate with the rivers, because they're a concept of an existence, something on their own. They meaning to say not is nullified. Ein b'dibur amaschil yom tov shel Rosh Hashanah shechal yos perek aleph b'dibur amaschil shishim mehem adrush harishon perek aleph. V'amnam, but nonetheless, afal pichen arei nekra b'chines yichud, it's still called unity. V'aynu lefi shehem mispatlim imtziusam mishtachavim v'nichlalim b'chol yom, because they nullify themselves of their existence and they bow down, and they're included every day b'or ha'eloki inside the infinite, inside the divine light. Say yesha batal. Like it says, the hosts of heaven bow down to you. Like we see in this physical world as well. Also the moon circles and goes from east to west, because the divine presence is in the west and it bows down to it. And look in Nechmar V'Naim, and also according to the opinion of the philosophers, that they circle on their own to the east. That meaning to say that there's two concepts. There's their circling to the west, but there's also their own circling to the east. At the same time, Al Kol Panim Agalgal Yomi. Like a Copernicus concept of the orbits within the orbits, to explain retrograding and things like that. But nonetheless, even then, the daily orbit of everything goes from east to west. Even if you want to say things go from west to east on their own, the general concept of if the entire night sky is moving from east to west, and all the philosophers were not able to grasp the reason for the movement of the orbits and why they're constantly circling. And the truth is, it's because of their state of nullification and bowing down. And look what the Meforshim say about the verse, that when the stars of the morning sing together, and look what's brought about this with the concept of the sun and Givon being silent for Yehoshua. And the concept of this bowing down, it's like a concept of acknowledgement, just like a person who argues with his friend, but then acknowledges his friend afterwards, that it's true, that his words are true. So first you have a disagreement, and then you have a hodah. And look what's brought about the Mamar, about acknowledgement that there's four who need to acknowledge. And this concept of acknowledgement is not a concept of nullification of the essence, but it's a concept of acknowledgement alone.